All right, what's up, everybody? Jake Fletcher here. This is the Jake Fletcher Show podcast where we talk about all things that have to do with entrepreneurship, real estate, and self development. Today, I'm bringing you guys a special episode. It is coming out the day before Thanksgiving. And so you might be thinking, oh, you're going to talk to me about gratitude and how I need to be thankful for all these things. And while, yes, that is true, you should be grateful. We're going to talk about something a couple levels deeper here, actually 8 levels deeper, because I have 8 things that every entrepreneur should be doing right now during the holidays before the new year. Okay, so this is typically the time of year where people tend to slack off. People are visiting family, they're traveling, they're getting in that yearly vacation. A lot of real estate agents will tell you, oh, not as many closings happen in the holidays, so, I'm taking a little bit of time off and so on and so forth. And, I think that there is definitely a lot of benefit from doing that, and I recommend that everyone take that time, right? But I also feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity every single year that people just kind of discredit or discard because this is also, although it is an opportunity for downtime, it's also an opportunity to advance yourself, advance your business, because you probably are not spending as much time the next month and a half on your business as you normally would during any other month, right? Now, that might not be necessarily the case for everybody, but even myself, somebody who is extremely driven and, I'm past the point of needing motivation. Even I still need that downtime because I'm a human being, right? Just like anybody else. And it's super important to recognize that, but also to maximize this time because, this holiday time period where people are kind of relaxing and taking it easy, it only really happens this one time of the year. So it's an opportunity for us to get ahead in a few areas. And that's what I want to talk about today. Not just how to get ahead in those areas, but how to guide yourself through the holiday season in an effective way to where it actually it benefits you rather than being a detriment to your business. Because a lot of people, if you end up taking like tons of time off, you come back to your business and you've lost a lot of that momentum. You've lost a lot of that the heat. The iron is not as hot, right? So we want to keep that iron hot during the holiday seasons. And we also want to take care of ourselves and all of the above. So I have 8 things for you guys that every single entrepreneur should be doing during the holidays. And a lot of these things could also apply to anyone who is just interested in self-development in general. Okay, so number 1 is schedule. All right, so the reason, and by the way, these are in no particular order, except I think this first one is probably a good one to start with, because the one thing I can tell you that's going to help me to get through the holiday season without feeling overwhelmed or stressed is the fact that I schedule all of my days out. I write down literally everything that I have on my calendar for the day. And then whatever time is open, I fill it in with things that I need to do, like follow up with X, Y, and Z, or, do this for my business, create this spreadsheet, or whatever it might be, right? And that's how I generally, every single day, conduct myself. And the reason I think that it's important to keep that scheduling going while you're in the holiday time is because there's a lot of push and pull from other outside sources. People pulling you over here, people pushing you over there. Maybe you want to go and do this or go and do that, right? So starting off with the schedule is super beneficial. And I'm going to take it a step further and say that instead of just scheduling your days, this is something I'm going to be doing this holiday season as well. And I've already started doing it, but it'll take a little bit of time to schedule your entire next month and, a week or 2 weeks, whatever it is. I'm looking at the date. Because if you can schedule out the rest of this year, then any of the times that people will invite you to do this or invite you to do that, or there's this event going on over here that you want to go to, or some friends want to go out to lunch or whatever it might be, you now can check this schedule that you have for the next 6 weeks, we'll say, and you can tell whoever it is that might be asking you, or something that you're internally talking about with yourself, whether or not you're able to do it, whether or not you're free, right? So dictating exactly where your openings are during the holiday period will definitely reduce a lot of stress, because you'll already have everything that needs to get done planned out, right? And I'm talking everything. I'm talking even plan out when you're doing your holiday shopping. When are you going to go shopping for your Hanukkah or Christmas meal recipe items and stuff like that? Even down to the littlest details, schedule it in. Going to spend time with my family over here, I'm going to schedule that in, right? And that doesn't mean that the schedule can't bend or be flexible, but the point is to give you a structure to work off of, so that if you get hit with a bunch of stuff at once, you know right away what you can and can't do. And it kind of eliminates that moment of worrying about, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Because if the answer is no, the answer is no. You don't have to worry about it anymore, right? But if the answer is yes, you can do it, then hey, put it in the schedule, right? You're good. So scheduling, not just your work, but your play, right? And another thing that I recommend scheduling during the holidays is to go ahead and start batching your social media content, okay? So every post you're gonna make for every social media site that you are active on, every single video you're gonna make, or whatever it is, marketing content to send to your clients, whatever it might be, take one day a week, like on a Sunday or a Wednesday, whatever day is best for you, and spend that whole day creating content for the rest of the month or for the rest of the year. And then use a application or a site that allows you to schedule your social media posts, and go ahead and schedule those things, right? And that way you know that for the rest of the year, you don't have to worry about social media if you don't want to. And then everything else that you might post is just extra bonus on top of the stuff that you've already scheduled. All right. So that's my first thing here on my list. The next thing, number 2, is to reflect. Okay. So again, work and play. We want to reflect on what's working for our business, what's not working for our business, what's working for our personal life, what's not working for our personal life. Take that time to really reflect and see, not just what's working and not working, personal and business, but also how do you feel? How do you feel right now compared to last year, right? Probably for a lot of people, you might feel more stressed out than you did because we didn't have a pandemic happening last year. But check in with yourself. Take that time to really, see what it is that is going on inside of you. What's your internal dialogue right now? And this is a form of meditation, actually. So you could also say reflect and meditate, which are technically two different things. But the act of reflecting on ourselves internally is a form of meditation. And it's definitely something that I feel like is worth adding to your spiritual practice if it's not already. This is something that's going to help you to be more confident. You're going to be more clear-headed about what it is that you need to do or what it is that you need to not do. You're going to be more focused on your goals and more present in the moment. You're going to be less stressed out because that moment of taking a time to just basically like unplug and disconnect for a bit allows you to really reset and not have so many stressors or so many stimuli in your life that, especially during the holidays when we have so much other stuff going on, can lead to stress. And then if you're too stressed for too long, chronic stress, fatigue, which is where you're just literally tired and your body starts to shut down because you've been so stressed for so long. Okay. And worth mentioning, of course, take time to figure out what you're grateful for, right? This is something that I try to do every morning is gratitudes, right? Whether a lot of people say you should write them down. Personally, I don't write them down. I add it in like after my meditation because I just feel like that works better for me. But whatever works better for you, go ahead and do it. Whether you want to write down what you're grateful for, whether you just want to think about it on a daily basis, or even if you just want to think about it one time and then forget about it. But take a second, take a moment to really reflect on what it is that you're grateful for. Your family members, your friends, your loved ones, people who you work with, clients that you've worked with, your new house, whatever it is, right? Anything in your life that you might be grateful for, the good weather outside, here in Miami, at least. There's endless things that you can find that you're grateful for, in my opinion and in my experience. Sometimes I'll sit down and at first I'm like, what am I grateful for? It's going to be the same things that I'm always grateful for. And then I get the wheels spinning, I get my mind going, and I start thinking of things that I've never thought about, how grateful I am that I don't have to cut my yard or, little things, even little things like that. I live close to the grocery store. It sounds silly, but what you're doing is you're setting up your mindset to come from a place of gratitude rather than from a place of like scarcity or of not being thankful and being like a miser kind of, or being grumpy, right? So this will help you to avoid being a grumpy old grouch. Okay. So the next thing here is to plan. Okay, plan out what are your business goals for this year? What are your personal goals for this year? What are your physical goals for this year? What are your mental goals for this year? Right? So we're planning our goals. Okay. If you have different types of goals than that, by all means, absolutely. What are your goals with your different relationships? What are your different goals within your business? What are your different marketing goals? What are your financial goals? And not just your goals for this coming year, but long-term goals too, right? And short-term goals. We want to think, what are my goals for the first quarter? What are my goals for the first half of the year? What are my goals for the whole year? What are my goals for the next 3 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? And that part goes back into kind of like reflecting, taking the time to check in with yourself about what it is that your goals are. If you already knew what your goals are, then that makes it even easier because you just have to check in with those goals and say, hey, did I check this off the box? Did I check the box here? Or do I still need to work on this goal? Do I have the same goals right now as I had last time? Is my 10-year goal still the same? Is my 5-year goal still the same? Right? So you guys kind of get the point with that. You want to start those actions now, though. Because that's going to give you a nice momentum into the new year. So don't just say, hey, my goal, we'll just randomly say, my one of my goals for next year is I want to lose 10 pounds. Don't wait for January 1st to start working out. You're going to gain another 10 pounds during the holidays if you do that, right? So start these actions now, or at least start to get the ball rolling on these things so that once the new year hits, you can be already moving in the right direction, okay? Now, my personal kind of barometer of where I need to be with setting my goals and stuff is by mid-December, I want my new business plan to be completely done, and I want to already be in action with everything that is in that plan that is called to be in action by the first of the year. And I think that if you can get it done earlier, great. For me personally, I don't want to stress myself out so much about it being done by the 1st of December because it's already the 24th of November and I'm kind of in the beginning phases of creating my business plan for next year. I said, hey, look, mid-December, my business plan is going to be done. because you want to take the time to make sure that you're planning in a way that is smart. You don't want to just wing it and throw some stuff together, but you also want to make it not too far off. Because, like, for example, my first year in real estate, I was like, yeah, I'm going to work on my business plan. And then, like, 6 months into my career, I'm like, yeah, I should finish that business plan. So, and then I learned after that, no, you need to have the plan ready before the year starts. So that's what I did this past year, and I had the best year I've ever done. And this next year is going to be the best year I've ever done as well, and continuing on and on. So another thing to plan out is, what things that are working in your business that you're going to keep doing, and what things that are not working that you're going to do differently. And that goes for your personal life as well, your relationships with people, your relationship with yourself, your mental and physical health. But plan the things that you're going to do differently, right? Ooh. So don't just say, hey, this year I'm going to start going to the gym. No. Find what gym you're going to go to and go ahead and start the membership and go ahead and start working out at the gym, right? Go ahead and plan exactly how you're going to lose that weight and start the actions now, okay? Or let's say if your goal is, I'm going to make $1 million in my business this year. Don't just say you're going to make $1 million. Make the plan to make $1 million, right? What is the quote? I forget the exact, I'm paraphrasing, but it's essentially, dreams are goals without a plan, or something along those lines. I might be making that up, but the point is that your dreams, everybody has dreams, right? But if you don't have a plan behind those dreams, it's just a goal. It's just a random goal. You need to have a plan to enact making your goal a reality. Okay. So this is something in my own personal life that I've tried to stop saying, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. You'll almost never hear me say, like, oh, I want to close 50 transactions this year. What instead I'll say is, my plan to close 50 transactions this year is XYZ, or I have a plan to close XYZ, right? I'm currently working in the middle of my plan to do da 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 da, or I am doing X, Y, and Z, rather than saying that I want to do something. And this is, more than anything, is just a mental trick for myself. And I didn't come up with this. I read it or heard it somewhere. But, if you start to say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, you're basically setting up, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're getting that satisfaction of the thing just by saying that you want it, right? Whereas if you are talking about a plan, that's something that requires action, that requires specific steps, right? So you could say, hey, I have this plan to do X, Y, and Z, and the steps are A, B, C, D, E, right? And then all that's left is to do A, B, C, D, E, right? Because you don't get any satisfaction just by having a plan. You have to do the plan, right? So by saying over and over again, oh, I want $1 million, you're sitting there imagining yourself with $1 million. And to some degree, you've already gotten that slight satisfaction feeling. And it's enough for a lot of people to just be like, yeah, I'm good. Maybe I'll open the mailbox and there'll be a check for $1 million one day, right? Like the people who try to will into existence through the what is it, the secret, where you're just use the power of manifestation to create $1 million check in your mailbox. Not happening. So that's planning. So the next thing on the list is connect. Okay, you need to really take the time to connect with your family and your friends. Okay, you're a human being. I'm a human being. At least I think you're a human being, and then I'm a human being. Maybe we might be aliens or lizard people. But take the time to connect with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, past people who had significance in your life. And I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you the easiest way to do it. Pick up this thing. You pick up your phone, okay? And I'll give you 2 ways. How about this? Go to your messages. This one I heard from my broker, shout out Anthony Askowitz. Go to your text messages and just scroll back like a long time. See who you were messaging a year ago, a couple years ago, whatever, how far back you can go. And just pick a couple people at random and just give them a call. Hey man, what's up? I was thinking about you, thought I'd call and say hello, see how you're doing. It's the easiest thing in the world. And this is going to have not only a beneficial implications for your mental health and your social life and so on and so forth, but it also can have positive business attributes or business implications as well, because especially for us realtors, who are those people? That's your sphere, your family, your friends, your closest people. That's your sphere of influence. So just by calling them, you don't even have to talk about your business. In fact, it's better if you don't. Just call them and say hello. Hey, what's up, man? Was thinking about you. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Right? Just call them and let them know that you're thinking about them, that you care about them, that they matter. Okay. So, and of course, this also has the positive benefit that it makes those people feel good, because when somebody calls you and just is like, hey, I was thinking about you because you have significance in my life, it makes them feel good. It makes you feel good, right? Think about the last time somebody called you just to say hello. You got off the phone like, yo, that was dope. They just called me to say what's up. That's cool. And this is also a good exercise for just getting better at talking, having random conversations, communicating, and really getting out of your shell if you're somebody who has trouble doing that. So the fourth one is connect. The fifth one is self-care. Okay, so you want to take care of yourself, guys. You want to exercise. You want to get a lot of sleep. You want to eat right. You want to be, take some time to unplug, right? I mean, like, put your phone down, put it on airplane mode before you go to sleep so that when you wake up, you're not bombarded by a bunch of stuff. Take the time to read a book, right? Don't turn on the TV tonight. Pick up a book and give it a read, okay? Take some time every day to read a little bit, or just to unplug, read something, learn a new skill, right? Do something new, do something different. That to me, that's what self-care is all about. Taking care of my mental health, taking care of my physical health, getting lots of sleep, which is kind of, both of those, involves both mental and physical helping your health out, and eating well, right? My personal goal over the holidays is to actually lose weight, not gain weight, like I did last year. And I have started the action of that by, I've already joined a gym. I've already been going and exercising there for like a month or so, right? And I'm feeling better. My, body feels better. My mind feels better. I have more energy throughout the day. I'm feeling more like defined in my muscles and stuff like that. Slowly losing weight, and it's a good time to really just stop and take some care of yourself. Okay, jump in that bubble bath, go to that mineral spring, breathe, meditate, learn some new stuff, listen to some podcasts, read some books, but take the time to unplug and do some self-care, because the holidays can be stressful, man. I mean, let's be honest, especially if you're cash strapped during the holidays, or you're maybe somebody who is dealing with, you lost your job because of COVID or something like that. It's even more important because you're probably on the hunt, looking for a job, looking to make some money, pay for some bills, pay for some holiday gifts, stuff like that. It's even more important than ever before for you to just take a moment, stop, unplug, relax, take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your mental health, and drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, get and eat lots of good food, right? Good meaning healthy. Of course, eat some good food too, but make sure to eat healthy food. Don't overeat. I've been loving lately I think it's in Taiwan, they have a saying that you eat until you're 80% full. So that's what I'm planning on doing on Thanksgiving. We'll see how it works out. But the point is, take care of yourself. You only have one vessel. You only have one brain. Take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Okay. All right. So The next thing is, actually, I have something to actually add on to the last part of the self-care. Um, part of the self-care is to keep up your momentum. Like I was saying at the beginning, a lot of times during the holidays, people tend to fall off the cart and they stop doing things for their business and they lose their momentum. Then you come back to the business and you're all super distraught because you lost all this ground. You lost this deal, you lost that client. These people are, they moved on and are doing something else because you weren't around. And that takes a toll on us as well. That also, you don't want to spend all your holidays doing self-care only to return to your business and then everything's falling apart and you're more stressed than ever. So make sure you do also, maintain the certain activities that you need to maintain for your business to continue its momentum, right? You may lose some momentum, right? But the point is to try to, lose as little as momentum as possible, or if possible, even gain momentum during the holidays if you can. Okay, so that's ideal actually, is to gain the momentum, and then it goes on a descending scale from there. With the lowest on the low is losing all your momentum. You get back and you have no business, no clients or whatever, right? We don't want that. We want to still do some work to keep that momentum up. Or if you really are an overachiever, as they say, an overachiever, which I think is a ridiculous term, then you're going to actually gain momentum. Okay. So the next thing on the list, make some memories. All right. This is a perfect time. Your family's together, or maybe you're together on Zoom or, whatever it is, right? People are in town or they have the time to talk with each other, maybe go do some things, make some memories, go visit some family, go visit some friends, go with your loved one and go do something that you've never done. Go on a trip and do something different, or do some kind of experience that you're going to remember forever. Because this is a great time to do it because people have a little bit more time on their hands. There's maybe even some opportunities that aren't normally out there. Like you can go to a pumpkin patch or something, go cut down a Christmas tree or go find a Christmas tree. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make memories, and what you can do to make memories that you're going to enjoy better than I know what you can do to make your own memories. But the point is, take a little bit of time to go out of your way to do something different, to make a memory, because too often, especially as entrepreneurs, we get in the monotony of routine and we just let that routine keep going and going and going and going, and the centripetal force of that routine keeps us in motion, but sometimes we have to take a step outside of the centrifuge, so to speak, and do something different, mix it up. Go to Disney World, go to do a meditation retreat, go on a boat trip, go fishing, or something that you've never done, right? Go skiing, anything that you've never done, or something. It doesn't have to be something you've never done, but anything that is going to make positive memories you're going to remember for a lifetime. Bonus points if it's with the people that you love. Okay. Now, number 7 is a very big one that I don't know if you'll hear this one on any other entrepreneur lists of things to do during the holidays, although I haven't comprehensively checked them all, obviously. But I just think it's a unique thing that you don't hear it enough, and that is to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. People spend so much time every holiday season going to Christmas parties or holiday parties or this, that, and the other with people that they hate, that they despise. Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you going and spending time with people you don't like? A lot of people will that'll be their family, that I'm talking about. That they don't want to go to that one family gathering where they know that one crazy ass uncle or whoever it is going to be popping off at them, or whatever it is. But don't be afraid to say no, because you don't have to go. You don't have to go to that family gathering unless you're under the age of 18 and you're still a child, or you live in your parents' house and they tell you what you have to do and stuff. But if you're a grown-ass adult and somebody invites you to a party, you don't want to go, just be like, nah, no, I'm not going to be there. I'm sorry. Right. And if they ask you why, you can just say, why does it matter? I can't make it. Right. Or you can just tell them straight up, be like, nah, I don't really want to go because I don't think I'm going to have fun. Right. Or I don't enjoy so-and-so or whoever. Right. They're always an asshole to me. Be honest about it, whatever. The world doesn't have enough honesty in it. So some people might be like, oh, well, that's creating drama and this, that, and the other and blah, blah, blah. Maybe for them, right? But for you, you're just being honest, right? And if they have a problem with it, that's their problem, not your problem, right? So this also applies for not just like family gatherings or parties and stuff like that during the holiday, but also other things too. Like if somebody hits you up and they're like, hey, I have this really great opportunity for you for your business, and maybe they're a salesperson, they're trying to sell you something, and maybe normally you would be like, oh, maybe that sounds good, but because of the holidays, maybe it's not the right time for you. Don't push yourself into doing something that you otherwise would feel obligated to do if it's not going to work out for you in any capacity, right? Don't be afraid to say no to things that aren't going to bring you happiness or some kind of fulfillment, or that aren't going to ultimately help you or put you in a better place, right? That doesn't mean that you only say yes to things that match those criteria. Of course, if you have a family gathering or something and, let's say you don't necessarily feel like it's something you want to do, but you feel like you want to go because there's certain people that you want to see, then, maybe go and see the people that you want to see and then dip out, right? But the whole point of this is just remember that you're in charge of your life. Only you can decide what it is that you want to do or don't want to do, okay? Now, obviously, caveat to that, if you have a significant other, or like I said, if your parents, dictate what you do in your life, or there's some other forces that are governing your decisions, then obviously that's a caveat to this. But the main point is you need to be in control of as much as possible. And if that means that every once in a while you need to say no, don't be afraid to say no, right? I feel like we are so obligated sometimes to always agree to whatever anyone wants us to do. Why, dude? Like, this is my life. I'm the one who wakes up every day and sees life through my eyes and experiences things through my perception. So why does someone else get to tell me what I have to do with my time on this planet? No, I'm only doing things that I want to do, okay? And I'm only doing things that I have to do that are things that I'm okay with, right? Like, it's not like I want to do my taxes, right? But I'm going to do my taxes because I have to do my taxes, and I'm okay with doing my taxes because I don't want to go to jail, right? So, bit of an extreme example, but you get the point, right? Obviously you do things sometimes that you don't want to do because you have to do them, right? But even if it's something that, let's say you're supposed, like, you have to do it, but you like don't really have to do it. Like somebody's saying, yo, you got to come to the holiday party, the holiday office party, right? You got to do it. You have to do it. Everyone's going to be there, man. You're the only one who's not going to be there. So you have to do it, right? But in your head, you're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. Guess what? You don't have to go. You're a grown ass person. So make your decisions for yourself, okay? Now, the last one here is number 8, do something nice for other people. Yes, not because you want to feel some sense of gratification, although that's fine. If you do something nice because you want to feel that sense of gratification or purpose or feel good about yourself, fulfillment, etc., that's fine. But do something nice for someone else or for other people because the world needs more of it. That's the reason, okay? And it's like a chain reaction. It's a ripple effect. You see someone else do something nice for somebody, you're much more likely to do something nice for someone as well, right? And the best things are like little random acts of kindness, in my opinion, right? You see a homeless dude outside with no shoes on before you go into the store. Hey man, what's your shoe size? Size 11? I got you, bro. Hang out here for a minute. Come out, bring him a pair of $20 tennis shoes, right? It's better than what he had. And little things like that, right? Of course, you can also go feed the homeless or the hungry people, or do bigger things as well. Philanthropic work and all that stuff. There's no size cap or minimum requirement here. It's just simply that make sure during the holidays that you do at least one thing nice for someone else, whether they be a stranger, someone who is in your life in some kind of significant way, or not even, could be less significant. But the point is, make sure to do something nice. And if there is a self-fulfilling purpose for it, or a self-gratifying purpose for it, that's fine. But the real reason that we should want to do something nice for other people is just simply because the world is tough, man. It's hard out there. There's a lot of people struggling. There's a lot of people going through it, especially right now. And if every person did one nice thing for someone else, imagine where the world would be. Imagine where we would be at if nobody was going hungry, or if everyone who is a at-risk youth or a child in an abusive home had a safe place to go stay, right? Just use your creativity, use your best instincts, but keep that in the back of your mind. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments, what is one nice thing that you're going to do, or that you've already done for somebody during this holiday season, these last couple months of the year. So I want to hear from you guys what it is that you did or that you're going to do that's nice for other people. Let's start a little chain reaction of doing nice things and doing positive things in the world. I think it's vastly underrated and underappreciated. The last thing I'll say about that too is, as entrepreneurs, we're often asking for things from other people. Hey, can I sell you my product, my service, my business? Will you use me? Right? We're always wanting to be given, right? So it's important as entrepreneurs to give back, okay? Because, whether you believe in karma or not, and I don't know if I necessarily believe in karma. I definitely believe that, in the principles of energy and so forth. But I definitely can tell you for sure that people who are out there doing nice things for other people without expecting anything in return, they're generally happier people than the people who are only concerned and focused on what they need on a daily and momentary basis. Go out and help some other people, and it's going to make you feel better. And you're going to end up, at the end of the day, there's going to be other good things that come back to you because of that, whether you realize it or not. Okay. So that's this episode for the day before Thanksgiving 2020. Hope you guys all have a fantastic, amazing, incredible Thanksgiving and an amazing Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, New Year's. I'll see you guys before all that stuff, but I just hope you all have a fantastic time with your families and your friends, and make sure to use this time to your advantage, and make sure to check off all 8 of these things on your list. And I will see you guys on the next episode of the Jake Fletcher Show. And as always, sell smart, buy bold. Peace.